Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Career Prep. In this video, we'll learn about the topic conditions and grouping. Conditions and grouping questions test your potential, problem solving and critical thinking ability. This type of questions is very commonly asked in banking exams. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to get notifications as soon as we post a new video. So let's start. Let's first understand the concept of conditions and grouping. So what are conditions? A condition is an arrangement that must exist before something else can happen. Conditions are essential criteria for selection of a group of items. So what is grouping? Grouping is the action of putting people or things in a group or groups. In conditions and grouping type of questions, a few essential criteria for selection of a group of items are given. You have to keep these conditions in mind and make the required selection as per the directions given in each question. Let's understand a few more things about conditions and grouping. Conditions and grouping based questions involve grouping of items or persons based on a single variable or more than one variable. In these types of questions, groups are to be formed based on the conditions provided. Interpret the conditions to select, distribute, or categorize the subjects into groups. In such questions, the number of items or persons a particular group possesses is also mentioned. Forming a matrix or table type arrangement with rows and columns in which groups are formed is the easiest method to solve such types of questions. After noting down the conditions given, try to fix the variables based on negation conditions mentioned. Also fix the groups given directly. Start cancelling cases which violate the conditions provided. Here are a few tips to solve questions based on conditions and grouping. Read through the premise of the problem and identify the task you are asked to solve. Create the roster of elements you are asked to place into groups. You may also want to create a second list of the groups into which you will be dividing the elements. Symbolize the conditions. Create a diagram that will best represent the multiple groups into which we will arrange the elements of the problem. Within each group, represent the number of elements that can be possibly placed in that group. Write the conditions for the problem, the side of the diagram. Look at the conditions that are written at the side and see which ones can be transferred into the diagram. Always start with the conditions that are fixed. Here are a few more tips to solve questions based on conditions and grouping. Once you have transferred the information from the conditions to the diagram, look over the conditions again to see if any new information can be deduced when considered together with your diagram. Read the question. Determine what additional information, if any, is provided by the question itself. Add that new information provided by the question to the diagram and again review the conditions on the right of the diagram and see if you can make any more deductions about the elements that can be put into a group on the diagram. Solve the question by consulting your diagram. If necessary, check each possibility against your diagram. When you proceed to the next question, remember that any information that was given by the previous question must not be carried over to the next question. Viewers, please go through this video till you have understood the concept. Preparing well in this topic is important because the questions are scoring. For more clarity, please do watch our videos, Conditions and Grouping Solved Examples. If you have liked this video, please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.